Hello, my dear friends. Hi, I'm so happy to teach this, to have actually a discussion, preferably, about this topic when enough is enough. Welcome to this love hour, in which we will actually come from the place of love and understanding of love and utilize it in the serious situation when not enough is enough and we don't know what to do about it. So, if you are on my list, you have gotten an email in which I'm talking about my friend and mentor, Anneke Lucas. She was right here in my office, and we had an interview about the life she lived. Her own mother sold her to murderers pedophile network back in 1970s, and network was uh, assembled of gangster aristocrats, bureaucrats, politicians, high end people, and she was trafficked internationally. So look it up on my channel, Interview with Annika Lucas, or anywhere else on YouTube. She's everywhere, from her TED Talk to hundreds and hundreds of bone chilling interviews. So, what happened to her was that finally a gangster from inside the network saved her and gave her the set of instructions how to live, never to get caught, or to save her life, never to be discovered by the pedophile network again. So her life is saved. Instructions were where to live, how to live, what to do, what not to do. It was about drugs and alcohol and everything else, who to marry. Everything was there. And one of the instructions was, do not ever talk about this. Because when you start talking about this, you may get found and then you're dead. So she never spoke about that, ever, until the age of 49. That's when she spoke. And as I call it, this is when a woman gets into her tigress time. Arrgh. When you are getting familiar with life and you already know, I'm over 40. I've been through half of my life. I've been through a lot. I jumped through hoops like a tiger in a zoo, in a circus. I jumped through hoops for everyone. I did this and that for the world. What about me? I want to live with one of my paws in the jungle. I want to be wild and free. So Anneke starts speaking about murderers, pedophile network, and all the tortures that happened to her. And in my interview with her, I asked her exactly that. How did you start talking? How did you feel powerful to speak? How did you not be afraid? And of course, if you want to know about that, please watch the interview. It's on my channel. But most of us, hopefully, have not been in a murderous pedophile networks. Unfortunately, we all have some kind of trauma from life, or at best, unmet emotional needs, or stressors from childhood that we were looked at as less than, we were hurt somehow, something has happened that gave us the message of some kind of pain. And then we grow up and we still with that mindset of I'm not good enough, I cannot get what I want, I am not supposed to be loved. With that mindset, we go into relationships. And then we tolerate. We tolerate pain, we tolerate stress, we tolerate vitriol, and it doesn't feel good, but we don't say about it. We don't say a word. We just keep going until one day, be it at the age of 49, 39, 29, or anything in between, we have the enough moment. Enough is enough. And what do we do then? Just a second. I'm getting to some message here that I can't. Okay, got it. Okay, so we get to a certain moment of enough. And what normally happens, and often happens, we tell our partner, I can't do this anymore. I can't stand that anymore. But we don't really act according to our words. Oh, I can't do dishes all the time. And then we go and do the dishes. I can't stand when you are sleeping with your phone and playing video games in the bed. But we do nothing about it. We just say that we can't stand, but we don't own it. Like Anneke, she was not able to stand it, the torture what she's been through. But she had no power as a child to actually execute on her no, right? So it happens often to us, especially if when we were children, we had certain, we were diminished in some way, our needs were not met, we were not supported the way we wanted to. So we, of course, don't know when enough is enough. One of the elements of adult, mature human versus a child or an animal is know when it's enough. Just know when it's enough. How do we know that? When it comes to food, personally, I don't really know when it's enough. I can eat and eat and eat. Because as a child, I was not provided with food. I grew up in war. My father was not very generous man. But my husband, he knows when it's enough. He eats and he's done. No more another bite. No need. Self-control, right? This is also something we develop in childhood. So when you know when it's enough, enough food, enough sleep, enough work, enough play, enough sunshine, enough darkness, enough water, enough alcohol, enough layers of clothing. When you know when it's enough, you are living in a strong connection with your body and you act accordingly. So if I tell you, oh my God, I'm so thirsty. I'm so thirsty. Oh my God, I'm so thirsty. I don't know what to do. It's so hot. I'm thirsty. I'm not talking to you. I'm complaining. But if I don't say a word and I just do this, you know I'm thirsty. And I took care to meet my need. That is the thing. When it comes to our interpersonal relationships, we want to speak without words. You see? Yes, sometimes words can really help and we can really say like, hey, enough already. But if you don't back up these words with the energy, with the action, with the direction, you will be walked all over. Like a tigress that roars in the circus. But then a circus guy goes, not, what's the word? When you leash somebody with a leash or lashes, when he lash her or gives her some food and she said, okay, I'll do it. Right? In the prison, in captivity, your options are very, very limited to basic survival needs. Food and shelter will always be first needs to be met. And this is similar to what happened to Anneke. As a child, she was captured, tortured. She had no understanding she can be free. But what we are talking about here is a relationship in which you are done with dishes, in which you just don't want to do this anymore today, or you just really are done with work and you want to take a nap, regardless if the kitchen is clean or not, regardless if all the bills are paid, regardless if everything from your to do list is done. You want to be free. When enough is enough, before you say it, what does this mean to you? Step one, what does this mean to me? If I'm saying enough is enough just so I get my man to come and do the dishes or take care of the baby or help me with something, I'm not being authentic and clear. I actually sound like I'm complaining because I'm thirsty, I'm thirsty, I'm thirsty, I'm thirsty. I'm done, I'm done, I'm done. Enough, enough, enough. There is no power behind it. I don't have to say a word. I'm just drinking my water. I'm not speaking in between. I'm not rushing to drink my water. I'm acting on what I know it's true. I am thirsty. Nobody needs to know, spoken by me, but everybody can see. See how that works? So the same thing is when you are done with something, before you say it, feel it. What does that mean? I'm going to get my water. I'm going to finish this, and then I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to blah, blah, and then I'm going for a walk. I'm going to already change into my fitness clothes and go for a run. I'm going to take my notebook and pen and I'm going to draw and write in my journal. What does that mean to you? Usually, when we have enough is enough, it's the huge need for self care. We are tired, our batteries are depleted, we want to refresh the batteries. So, what is it for you? Step one, know what is it for you. Step two, now we need to think logically. Can I really apply this now? In Annika's case, being imprisoned and captured, she could not run away, she could not do nothing, there was nothing she could do, right? So if you have 3 children who are all crying right now and you really can't stand this anymore, you have to do it. You're alone home, there is not, like, what can you do? So logistically, practically, that one thing from the step one that you want to do, is it feasible in the step two? Is it really actually doable? And maybe you are with children, bathing them, taking care of them, and your husband is, doing something in the garage, doing his hobby, or your husband is watching TV. Your care, you're not being with children, you're not being on the front line, does not mean you're doing something else that is necessary also for the household. When we are taking care of self, when enough is enough, next step must be self-care. It could not be, oh, I had enough of cleaning, now I'm going to go fold laundry. I had enough of laundry, now I'm going to go work in the garden. No, one of those things has to be something that really suits you, that replenishes your batteries, and that makes you feel really, really good. Step one, know when it's enough. Step two, know when it's enough and what you want to do instead. Step two, can you do that? And step three, go and do it. If you need to take a child and give it to your husband who is watching TV and say, I need to take a walk. I'll be back in an hour. I'll be back in 45 minutes. And sometimes you may need an hour or 3, but physically we cannot make it. Do as much as you can. Do 10 minutes just to train yourself There is a moment I can leave, take a breath, exhale, go for a walk, do what I need to do, and then I'm back. Train yourself. When women get to the point of enough is enough, it's usually that we went too far. We sacrifice ourselves too much, too far. We are overworked, cortisol level is over the roof, and we don't know what to do. Tell me in the comment, tell me, have you been in a enough is enough situation? Have you experienced it in a relationship that you are just thinking, I'm done with this. I'm done with relationship. I'm done with him. I'm done with everything. When very often you are not done with the whole relationship, but done with the lack of feeling visible, lack of self care, lack of your own interest, lack of hobbies, lack of something else that also fulfills you. Tell me, have you seen that situation? Have you been in that situation for yourself? Enough is enough. And then you tell them, I can't anymore. I'm done. And then you keep doing, you keep going. Real enough is followed by the energy behind your eyes that we can all trust. When my husband and I lived in Dallas, I moved to Dallas from Hawaii. I was 12 years in Hawaii, and now I moved to Dallas, and it's like, oh my God, terrible. And I would cry to him and complain, I don't like it here. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. And I sounded like a broken record. You know the story of the boy who called the wolf? He wanted attention from the village, and he would be like, wolf, wolf. And everybody goes, where is the wolf? Let's go. Nothing. Later, again, he goes, wolf, wolf. And everybody tries to help. Nothing. And they realize the boy is just kidding them. And one day, the boy was calling wolf because there was a wolf. But nobody believed him. And guess what? The wolf ate him. That's the story. I hope it's not a true story. But you see, the point is you talking. I can't. Just like I was telling my husband, I don't like Dallas. I can't do this. I can't. But I kept. And then one day, I really, really had enough. And I came to him and I just very peacefully looked at his eyes and I said, I have 2 weeks left in me. And he froze. He saw that I really mean it because I actually had 2 weeks left in me. And he instantly said, do you want to go to Austin this weekend? And we went to Austin and we made a decision to sell the house and to move here. And the process of selling the house lasted for another, 3 months. But I had it in me, additional 3 months, because we were in the process of leaving. There was a light at the end of the tunnel. I could go a few more steps through that, right? So when did you call the wolf? Hello, Helena. Hope you have a what? Hope you have. I have a very beautiful day. Thank you very much. And I'm a beautiful lady. Thank you very much. So enough is enough, Paul. Right? Did you ever had experience that enough is enough with a woman or with somebody being there in your world, and you see the relationship is not working because one of you is not speaking up? Or maybe she has been saying, I have enough, but you didn't take her seriously. And then at one point, she just left. Did you ever notice that? That's what women do. We do this very often. We tolerate, and we hope you're going to read my mind. Please read my mind. Don't you see it? Then we try to kind of project light little hints Like, oh, I'm tired. Oh, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. And we hope you're going to take over the burden, and you don't take over the burden. And then we just done. And you think, she's crazy. Why did she suddenly do this? She never warned me. Did you have that happen, Paul? Tell me, please. Oh, yes, think we all have, right? It's just so interesting when we have a partner, somebody live with us, somebody is with us, we are dating, we are building partnership. This is my little friends, these two, right? We love each other, we're building partnership, and then suddenly, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that. So we start turning our backs to each other, poking each other, instead of saying, hey, I don't like this. You don't have to read my mind, right? Just see, this is how things are. So please know that whenever you feel you don't like something, always the better option is to speak up. Always. And really good option is to address what's going on with knowing what your enough means. So, number one, feel this is enough. Like, oh my God, come with me to Croatia. What happens? You go to my mom, you, my grandma, my auntie, they will feed you. And you really cannot eat anymore. They will feed you more. Love means eat, overeat, shove you in the face. My whole life, they were overfeeding me. No wonder I cannot say when it's enough, because they were all telling when it's enough. And then one day, I just said, I'm good, thank you. And everybody froze, because there was genuine power behind it without power structure. Oh, I don't know what I want. You know better. Teach me. No, it was just, I'm okay. You are okay. I'm enough. I'm good. Everybody stopped. Nobody tortured me anymore, because I shined through myself. And that shining happens step by step or dramatically. And I always suggest step by step, because it's safer for everybody else. Yes, if you have open verbal communication in a relationship and you love each other, you can work through yes, yes, most things. In theory, yes. In practice, depending on how many calories you have at the moment. So in theory, we can do anything. In practice, if you are cold and tired and hungry and frustrated and you just lost your job, or all of these things happen that are leaking your calories, you will not be able to do things that normally would be so easy. We have open communication, we love each other, we understand, we can talk. You won't be able to, right? But if you are aware, okay, I'm low on calories, I won't be able to have any communication with my partner now, then you say that, hey, I'm low on calories, I need to take care of myself. I need an hour, I need 3 hours, I need a day, I need a vacation by myself in the middle of the forest. When we can say that, this is coming from that step one, know where your limit is. And unfortunately, sometimes we cannot have the luxury of vacation, the luxury of an hour. Sometimes you just can't, because bills, life, burdens, people, disease, especially somebody has a disease, like you have a cancer or something like that. Oh my God, everything will come all over you. And you still have to keep going. You cannot take a break. Oh my God, that's really hard. And those moments, you can take 1 second micro break. It's this. You close your eyes. You just one breath, aware of one breath, and keep going. I know it's really hard. It can be so hard. What are you saying, Paul? Some men aren't very good at reading signs and signals from their partner either. You know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. Most of us suck at reading other people because our world is all into ourselves. Oh, I have the pain in my toe and I'm hungry and I need to go to the bathroom and I'm a little thirsty and I forgot to email this person and I needed to go to blah, blah, blah. And our world is full of me, me, me. And we really can't hear other people. But this is why I call this time every Tuesday. What I do, I call it love hour. When we consciously want to do some love for a little bit of time. And right now, what you could do, if you're not watching me on your phone, you actually can take your phone and text somebody something loving, a friend, parent, neighbor, somebody you know. You can actually send a tiny little love message. Hey, cousin, I appreciate you for helping me with my car. Hey, friend, thank you for getting eggs for me. I'm going to pick them up later. I appreciate you for that. Any little moment when we can give to people, we are training our mind to be aware of other people's needs. Really cool thing to do, like really cool when you are with a friend or loved one or anybody. You can say, you know what? I really want to be present with you. I don't know how to read your mind. I don't know how to read hints, but I want to hear you. I want to hear you. I want to be fully present for you for 3 minutes, for 8 minutes. Don't do 5, 10, 15. Those are kind of like boring numbers. They mean not much. But if you say, I have calories and an 11 minutes capacity to be fully present with you. Tell me about your life. Tell me about your pains. And people may be very surprised, like, oh, I don't even know what to talk about. There are people, if you look at YouTube, there were people they sit on a bench and put a sign that says, if you need a listening ear, I'm here for you. Something like that. If you need support or a friend, I'm here. And you just sit there and wait and see what happens. And people often want to be heard and want something. And it's very simple. Just want to be acknowledged. The witness. Give me the witness. This is why we have a attention economy today. It's all about how many views, how many likes, how many this, how many that. But because we are actually starved inside for genuine human connection, that's really, really what we crave. Don't you think that, Paul? Like, don't you love that we are now alone in this kind of space? You and I, we're having a connection. And I love that you are here giving me your witness because it makes me feel more vibrant than if I'm just talking to the camera. What did you say? I've already done it. There you go. Cool. Awesome. Now, somebody's life is better because you did it. My life is better because you are here. Somebody else's life will be more enriched as well. And it's just fantastic. This is how we can train our brain to be present with others. And after maybe 1 or 2 or 3 times doing that, people may be like, you know what? You are always so present with me. I want to learn the same. I have somebody who I'm naturally present with. And she told me one time, she said, everything you do with me, it's from the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And I said to her, I never read the book. I never read that book. And she said, the way you listen to me, the way you ask me questions about my life, the way you pay attention to me, it's all from that book. I never read it. So book is obviously about the power of influence through presence, which of course is love, which of course we are all wired for. We are naturally wired for love. And as I started this this live talking about Anneke, who was in a murderer's pedophile network. Somebody like that, or somebody who had really, really painful life, or somebody who is watching what's happening on today's world scene, we killing forests and the food is poisoned and all the negative stuff, we can easily go into the spiral and say, no, love is not powerful. Love is not strong. We absolutely can. Okay, we can. And I've been there many times. But guess what? If the truth is that 50% of population is on some kind of psychotic drugs, 50% are frustrated in their marriages, 50% are this and that. Look, we still function very well driving. There are no car accidents, so we can still focus our mind to do something that is kind of habitual and function well. We still can do that. And still, most people are very friendly and will help you. Especially people in America are very, very friendly. They want to help each other. And if you think about if all of this darkness is really so, which it is, how come it cannot conquer love? How come? Because Annika was telling me too in that video, you can listen our conversation, because the energetic balance, love will naturally take over and win without trying to win. We're not trying to win. We're not having a game here. We are just naturally like a plant. Look at all my plants. They naturally grow towards the sunshine. They naturally want, you just give them a little water and a little bit, you just naturally, we are all designed to respond to love. It's really amazing. That's why when enough is enough, we can make it and bond instead of part. The world's never been in a bigger mess. I agree with a lot that you are saying, your accent too. My accent, Paul, is what I like to call sexy Dracula accent. So yes, my accent comes from Yugoslavia, from Croatia. I grew up in a communism. And I have to tell you, it was even darker. The difference is technology is exposing darkness more than before. And Anneke was in a pedophile network. She's now 61 years old. She was there 50 years ago as a little girl. And she says, it's way better now. Because even when she got out in the 80s and 90s, she could not even find a therapist who would believe her. Nobody believed. And finally, she found a therapist who believes her. And now we all know this is happening. Exposure is becoming so much louder. And the more we are aware of something, the more we can flip it on the other side. And this, I was very kind of pessimistic about it until she fully explained to me that no, we are actually going forward. The darkest time were medieval times. People, can you believe that? Until maybe 50 years ago, even in America, or maybe 60, people didn't have a hot shower. No hot shower on a regular basis. What a luxury. You can take it any day in America, not everywhere in the world. I love how many hearts and smiley faces you put. I was thinking that that's interesting. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, you sound like Ingrid Pitt. Ingrid Pitt, who is that? Now I have to Google her. Thank you so much. I thought I sound like a Dracula. Okay, so yes, this whole thing is about enough is enough and to say it instead of waiting for people to read our mind. And when we think the world is too dark, there are only two energies that are always in conflict: the energy of fear and the energy of love. Energy of love comes with peacefulness, comes with curiosity, comes with confidence and calmness, right? And the energy of fear comes with the loss of self. What do I do? I need to do something. You lost. You either like panicking, you frozen, you running away to, oh my God, right? So, energy of fear is being exposed. What is happening? What has been happening, right? But we don't need to participate in it. Like Anneke, check out her video, Paul. I really would love to see what you think of her, or check out her many videos. In my video, she doesn't talk so much about the darkness that happened. We mostly talk about empowerment and why politicizing any problem of such matter is really not good to do. Why we need to have the power of calmness and peacefulness. And she believes, and she convinced me, I got it. Like she, when you turn the light, nothing is the same anymore. Like darkness is gone. What is happening now is global invitation for inner peace, for inner love, to not participate in duality that is usually created when problem like this happened. Oh, you should be against those, lefts against rights, and women against men, and trans against gay, and blah blah blah. This is, everybody is trying to make everybody so upset all the time. Once we do that, we fell in a trap. As we feel calm through it and we watch, oh, it's a movie. It's like a theater performance in which obviously it looks like on the stage there is one side against the other, and we need to believe in a good guys instead of bad guys and blah blah. But what's really happening? It's a one same movie, one same theater stage, one director, one play. It's written to be done that way. And we are buying tickets for the show and eating popcorn, wondering what's going on. But stepping back, like when you know enough is enough, you don't need to throw your popcorn at the stage and say enough. No, walk away. Your action, like we said with my water, my action tells you I'm thirsty. Not my words and my feistiness and my drama and my againstness. No, just my action. I'm not going to be afraid of this because I see it's a theater, it's a performance. I can walk away and be peaceful. So, but I'm not going to walk away yet. I'm going to read what you wrote. Ingrid Pitt used to be in vampire films. I saw her video briefly. Yeah. Have a look, and I'll check Ingrid Pitt. Thank you, Paul. Thank you for being here with me and giving me your witness. Witness and action are cure for everything. And the witness you gave me today, I really respect. I value you so much. It's beautiful to see how much you just were present with me the whole time. Witness and action are cure for everything. And usually witness is the first step. Unless, of course, there is fire or something, then action is the first step. But for interpersonal things, witness is so powerful and valuable. It really helps us go through things and understand that, oh, it was not enough. It was just enough with overworking, overstressing, self-care, and enough of not communicating our truths. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you, everybody. You are welcome. It's been a pleasure. Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I will see you next Tuesday at the same time, 11 a.m. Central. I come to share some love, some time of love. And maybe next time we could do practical love hour and take our phones and actually text people or take our little naps, or do some face massage or something that will actually help us feel more love. Much love. Talk to you soon. Thank you.